this me and it don't false. We call them chopsticks cause they gonna chop. Took her out of filers cause of hot. I run it like Nike, we got it on lock. Cardiac eye. I'm the boss man in a suit with no tie. I can't be, I gotta stay. Put me some in the can and it's dry. Riding in special like Bunny and Clyde. Don't worry, baby, I keep me some fire. She names and Birkin, she cannot decide. The ladies Mercedes, here go to surprise. Don't sleep on Miss Lady, help ride. Bet while I'm gripping her side.
We are ready for one final tune-up before the regular season begins. Off we go from NRG Stadium. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
These preseason games, Mike, they could be a little bit tricky because on one hand, you want to protect your starters. You want to make sure you go into week one of the regular season as healthy and as prepared as possible. But for a lot of the guys on this roster, especially these backup quarterbacks, this is a great opportunity not only to prove your worth in the NFL, these are a lot of valuable opportunities and reps that don't necessarily come once the regular season gets kicked off.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. To the right side, Kurt's got it. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
I've been flying out of town for some peace of mind. It's like always, they just want a peace of mind. I've been focused on the future, never on right now.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. In motion now, it's Collins. First carry for Joe Mixon. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. It's a pickup of 12. It's good for a Texans first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll go right back to Mixon. They converge on him quickly. They'll only get a couple. Big Christian Wilkins, the one who brought him down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. From the gun, here's Stroud.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route. And then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
They'll go. It's Stroud. He's going to take a shot down the field. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
There's so much conversation around the NFL, Mike, about the importance of these preseason games. And while the final score certainly doesn't matter, there is the evaluation of your roster, your personnel. You can't replicate these live reps and simulate them in practice. So these are your moments. Go out, play fast, play confident, build those reps that you need so when the regular season comes around, you're ready.
They'll play his prep ball here in the Lone Star State. Ashton Genty. And they will finally get him to the ground at the Texans' 29-yard line. A gain there of 27 yards.
I think this is something that we can expect to see here, especially early, Mike, as this team gets into a rhythm. They want to lean on this run game. They feel like they have a lot of advantages over this defense, and you can see from the first play here why they feel that way.
First carry for the Auburn alum, Hank Bigsby. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
Brings us second and 8 at the Texans' 27-yard line.
Ready? To throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Third and 4.
They'll look to throw. Gets that one complete to his tight end, Bowers.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This one, batted away. It's incomplete. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And it'll bring up second down.
This is something they teach defensive linemen, Mike, that, of course, we want to get to the quarterback and pressure and hit him and ultimately sack him. But if you don't think you're going to get there, when his hand comes off the ball, your hands go up. Get in that throwing lane, get a deflection, and he's able to force the incomplete.
Here's a handoff to Genty. And he will score! Ashton Genty! Touchdown, Raiders!
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike, and you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched. And an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. Oh, he's got room past the 30. A very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Texans offense ready to get going with their second possession. And Greg, after this one, it counts for real. Final preseason game. So what's the feeling like around the team in the locker room when you get to this point, the end of the preseason?
I think the biggest emotion is probably relief. I think especially for some of the older guys, Mike, it's did you get through healthy? Is your body right? And are you mentally ready for what's going to be a very long, turbulent, up and down? There's going to be a lot of good moments. There's going to be some bad moments. Are you physically and mentally ready for what an NFL season is going to be like? And I think that's what every guy in that locker room is asking themselves, taking inventory of their own checklist. So get through training camp, get through the dog days of camp, and get into a routine, get into the regular season practice schedule, and inevitably get to what matters the most, which is the games.
3rd and 7. Here's Stroud. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and to also give some credit to the back end, doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
The Raiders offense ready to take over for their second possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive, so try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Genty. And he's out of bounds after a pickup of 3. From the 23, here's 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. Open man is Besh. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. Got a man, that's Rasheed Rice. And he's out of bounds with the first down, but looks like this one might be coming back.
Still first down.
He'll drop to throw.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
At the 26-yard line.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll throw out of the gun. Open man. That's Dante Thornton. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play.
Just a really good play design that time, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best route runners in the league.
So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. More from Houston coming up in a moment. They'll empty out the backfield, line up for 3rd and 3. Throwing now from the gun. Open man, left side, he's got it. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
It's really just an extended handoff. Get the ball out wide to your running back in space and make the defense tackle him. That's really all this is. Something small turns into a nice pickup.
Now, faking the give. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. They'll get about 4 here. He is taken down.
Well, not exactly a highlight reel type play, but in some cases, just checking the ball down to your fullback, picking up some positive yards is the only play that's to be made.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. On the handoff, this is Jenkins. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, Vegas.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Working the right side, taken in by Rice. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. 22 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raider first down.
First down, Raiders.
They'll run with Genty. Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. The Texans have it. Still on the move. Inside the 10. And he returns this all the way. Touchdown, Houston. Now Justin Tucker. For the point after. He knocks it through, and the Texans will level things out at 7 apiece. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. From the 6, here comes a return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Raiders offense and Ashton Genty heading back out onto the field here. Hey, total opposites so far in these first 2 possessions, scoring the touchdown of their opening drive. They gave it right back a moment ago when the fumble was returned for 6 the other way. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. On the ground, it's Genty to start the drive. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. It is Azeez Al-Shire with the stop.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Now they'll set up to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he'll get only a yard before he's out of bounds, and that's going to set up a 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
This is 3rd and 6. The left side into the hands of Betts. And he's very close to a 1st down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short. No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll try it now with Genty. And this is going to be a Raiders 1st down as the tackle is made at about the 38-yard line.
And these plays, the decision on what they're going to call, Mike, it was decided days ago. They have on that play call sheet that you see from the offensive coordinator, they have an entire category just devoted to these situations. They know the players are going to be confident, they're going to be able to execute, and they're able to move the chains.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he can rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Now a stoppage for an injured Texan. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially that it's not too serious. Second and 10. That is taken in left side by Thornton. Down the sideline. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. A big-time play for Vegas. A gain of 48.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. This is caught along the sideline. Nicely done, but right at the line of scrimmage, no gain to show for it.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet inbounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
It is 2nd and 9. On the ground, it's Genty. And he will get into the end zone. Ashton Genty. Touchdown, Las Vegas. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Now Carlson to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Raiders will move out to a 14-7 lead.
Texans 7.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Texans offense about ready to take over once more. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. Schultz, the motion man. Stroud gonna tuck this one on his own read. Terrific run. He's got this one down inside the 30-yard line. It is a big-time play for Houston. And even 50 yards. An unbalanced look to the left here on 1st down. On the bootleg, it's Stroud. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. 14 on the pickup. 1st down for Houston.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Now Mixon. And a good show of force there. He gets 4 tough yards out of that one.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical game here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I back from Houston in a moment. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Stroud to throw. They try to work the screen with Mixon. He will not be able to get to the end. They shut him down. Taken down behind the line. And it's fourth down.
It's fourth down.
So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. Tucker's kick is good. And the Texans are back within 4 at 14-10.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
They'll return this from the 10. They'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Raiders offense and Ashton Genty heading back out onto the field here. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He'll find Genty out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
49-yard line.
To throw. That's to the right side and caught by Bowers. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
Having a tight end that can contribute in the passing game, Mike, I mean, it just seems like it's become more and more common throughout the entire league. And not only do you have to be reliable, but you have to be athletic enough after the catch to take advantage of some of these targets. So it's exactly what he does here, and you can tell why he's such a big part of this offense.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. Now timeout Vegas. That is their second. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half.
First down, Raiders.
Okay, line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one off on top.
Still first down.
They'll look to throw yet again. He's got it about the 8. And he's in. What a try. Jack Beck. Touchdown, Vegas.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Carl Johnson now for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Raiders are out to a 21-10 lead.
Texans 10.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Texans offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll look to make some inroads here. They're down 21-10 in this one as they come up on a first down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He'll spot his big tight end. That's Dalton Schultz. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot.
He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And fortunately, one of his teammates there to save him. They'll wind up getting enough to pick up the first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
From the gun, here's Stroud. That's over the middle and caught by Collins. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
All right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is it allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half and try to build something going into halftime.
On second down, Stroud. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
From the gun here on third down, it's Stroud. This one down the field, but lined up incomplete. He was trying to get it to Christian Kirk. And it's going to bring up fourth down. Here's Tommy Townsend now. He's on for the second time. They're trying to get something inside the 10.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So first and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. And they'll let Dodger run another play. Instead, just take a knee, take this on into the locker room. So, and hold that thought. Let's get right back to it. We are ready for the third quarter. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. This fielded at about the 9. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He'll get this off to Genti. And that'll be good for a gain of about 4 as he is forced out of bounds.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd down and 6. He'll drop to throw. Exiting the pocket right. There's a throw right side to be incomplete. Dante Thornton was the intended target. 3rd down coming up.
I'm not sure if it's this big lead or if it's just this second half pressure getting to him, but that's just a careless throw by the quarterback. And don't let this lead fool you. Throws like that can change this game in an instant. And this defense knows they gave him one. They let him off the hook.
This one just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. On 4th down, A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. And a pretty good punt there. Fair catch taken right around the 11-yard line. Texans offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And a good push defensively. They're going to get him down back at the 10.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs. Back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, they certainly didn't allow the loss on 1st down, Mike, to scare him out of this run game here on 2nd down. But now after taking a loss on 1st and 2nd, it puts him in a tough spot here coming up on 3rd down.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Raiders offense and Ashton Genti heading back out onto the field here. Going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. Now, give to Genti, running right. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in. Anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
That one hit inside the 10, but it bounces forward into the end zone. Bring it back out to the 20-yard line. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. 2nd and 7. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are, and I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
On 1st and 10, it's Genty. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Texans' 15-yard line.
They face 2nd down and 7. The gun, he'll throw. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
There isn't much room for error when operating inside the red zone. The field is really condensed. Those throwing windows become a lot tighter and forces your quarterback to make some really highly contested throws. And as we just saw, those aren't always going to go your way.
Here's 3rd and 7. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll locate Thornton over the middle. And he'll take this one in. Dante Thornton. Touchdown, Raiders. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown. And, Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench, going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
Raiders 28, Texans 10.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Texans offense getting set to get back to work. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Mixon. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 7. Stroud. That's complete. It's takedown. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. They get 16 on that connection. It's good for a Texans first down.
45-yard line.
Here's Stroud. This one is caught by Kirk.
Just take what the defense is giving you. And you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
He will let this go. Deep downfield for Dell. And he's into the end zone. Take down. Touchdown, Texans. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
This one taken at the 7. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Raiders offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. Here's Genty. And he'll take this to about the 28. Jalen Petrie up to make the tackle.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
I can appreciate the idea of keeping the play alive, right? Giving as much time as possible to your targets to uncover downfield. But you also have to play to your strengths. You got to know the type of player that you are. In this case, doesn't have quite enough speed to get away, and probably should have just thrown it away.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. And this drive going from bad to worse. And a delay of game now on top.
Still 3rd down.
task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession. To go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming out.
The Texans offense and receiver Tank Dell ready to go once more. And before this drive starts, we'll take a look at the race as it stands to see who might take home the NFL's Offensive Player of the Year award. Here's a zone read to start the drive. They'll take this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stroud. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
And 8 yards to go.
To throw is Stroud. He's got his tight end. It's Schultz. A pickup of 14 on that one. 1st down for Houston.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. Give him 27, and it's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Throwing is Stroud. That's to the end zone, but it is incomplete. Tank Dell was the one he was looking for. And it'll lead to a 2nd and goal.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
He'll go play action with Stroud. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Houston. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a...
Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but the execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Ready. A run, Genty. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. EA Sports back for more. The NFL preseason after this. From the 31, here is 2nd down and 7. Brissett. Now a screen set up for Bigsby. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
They'll run with the former Badger, Braylon Allen. And he's out of bounds. It's a first down for the moment, but it appears it's not going to stay that way. Up the middle they go. And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one.
Brings up second down.
Working out of the gun, here's Brissett. The second down throw is incomplete.
Third and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come third down.
Open man, right side, he's got it. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a first down.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense. You don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock, but the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the fourth quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that third down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball.
Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And the defense is going to come up with it. Maybe the break they need here in the fourth quarter. Now a stoppage for an injured Texan. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially that it's not too serious. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
Wilkins on the stop. A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8 at the 41-yard line.
Back to throw. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the time. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
They'll try to sneak it here. Trying to fight any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's fourth down.
And now this brings up a tough situation, Mike, because even if they were going to consider going for it on fourth down, how do you do so when you couldn't even manage to get a few inches on third down? Disappointing result for them on that one.
And he's going to have a Texans first down. They find a way to keep the drive going with the fourth down conversion. I'll give on the ground. Room to run at the 35. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. That's good for 27 and a first down.
The 23-yard line.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. He'll get this out to the left flat. The flag is down. It's a gain of a yard. But let's check the call. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far. And it draws the flag. Following the penalty, he'll run it. And he'll get about 5.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A gain of 6 brings up second and 9.
From the 22 now, here's second down and 9. Now this time they'll look to throw. Throwing right, it's taken in. And he'll get about 7. Still short of that first down. And they'll try to convert it on third down. Following the play, we've got a Raider who is shaken up down there. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially, that it's not too serious. Here is a big one. Third down and 2. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That is incomplete. He's worked to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up fourth down.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a third and very reasonable. Incomplete on that third down try. Now brings up fourth and short.
They'll try and run for it. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Texans. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win? Mike, there's not a lot of ways to break this play down other than saying you get the wide open target, you have the play you want, you're aggressive going for 2, you just got to catch the ball.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They'll start it here with a first and 10. They're going to start this on the ground with Bigsby. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. Operating from the gun is Brissett. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Call it a gain of 13. First down, Vegas.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
On second down, it's Brissett. The catch is made. It's Agnew. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
It'll be interesting to see how they handle this situation. Do they try to slow play this and try to score without giving the ball back? Or do they try to strike as quickly as possible? So first things first, they got to convert this third down.
Third and 2. Here's Brissett. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up fourth down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And it comes to 4th and 2. To the air again is Brissett. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And he is going to have a Raiders first down on a well-designed play to get 16 to keep the drive going. From the gun, here's Bigsby. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay.
Game. Offense. Still first down.
Awful time to get a penalty. Now 1st and 15. They'll drop to throw. They'll try to set up the screen here with Allen.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Quick throw here is complete. And he's in! Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Touchdown, Las Vegas.
And now the Raiders faced with an important 2-point conversion attempt.
The Raiders will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Throw it. Brissett. That's going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough grab, but the collision darted loose. The try for 2 is unsuccessful. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Texans offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here as they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game. Big play. 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. He's going to have a Texans first down as they manage to convert. That'll keep this drive alive.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Higgins sent in motion. They'll look to throw yet again. That's to the right side and incomplete. Jaden Higgins, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that 1st down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
He'll take a shot here, back to the end zone. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
Now, a big 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. The Raiders offense back onto the field for their next possession. And this one really all over but the shouting. One timeout left defensively, but there's no need to use it here. On the ground, it is Bigsby to start this drive. And he'll be taken down. No timeouts left for the defense. That should do it. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. Victory formation, defense powerless to stop. And that should just about do it. So this one, a win for the visiting Raiders. Finish off the preseason unbeaten and they are ready for the regular season, which will kick off in 2 weeks' time. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Houston, good night, everyone.